Many Bay Area families are experiencing food insecurity, and putting food on the table is a serious challenge, especially during this holiday season. For the past 20 years, KPIX5 has sponsored Food for Bay Area Families to raise much needed money for the Bay Area's food banks. Here to tell us more now is Kim Castaneda with the Food Bank of Contra Costa and Solano. Hi, Kim.
Hi.
Welcome to the show. It's such a tough time for so many families right now. What would you say is the current level of need you're seeing?
I think that for us, during the pandemic time at the peak, we were serving about 300,000 people a month between Contra Costa and Solano counties. Prior to pandemic, we were serving 178,000 people a month. And today we're serving about 250. And during the holidays, that does increase for us.
And not only are families struggling, food banks are also having a hard time. What are some of the challenges right now?
I think it's funding. The amount of growth that we had in the last year and a half because of the pandemic is huge, and we've grown about 50%. So funding is a big thing right now. Food drives are just starting to pick up, so that's really important, and volunteers. It was hard during the pandemic because of COVID, and so we're always in need of volunteers.
And a lot of times people need help, but they just don't know where to start or how to go about getting that help. What are some of the programs available for them at the Food Bank of Contra Costa and Solano?
So we just currently updated our website, and we have this really great Find Food tool on our website that they can go to, and it will tell you all food distribution areas within your city and where you can go, what time. It's really easy to use. It's a great tool.
What would you say is most needed at this particular moment? Is that financial donations?
Financial donations. During the holidays, it's our biggest, as you can imagine, it's our biggest fundraising season. And so we raise about 50% of our annual operating budget during this time. So that is our biggest need right now.
What are some other ways people can help out? You mentioned volunteers. I know you rely pretty heavily on them in a huge way.
We do. So every month we have about 5,000 volunteers out in the field. And so it's really important. We couldn't do the work that we do without them. The volunteers that we use every year is equal to about 55 full-time employees. So this whole machine would not work without them. And it's really important at this time because of COVID. There's limitations. So for some people to be out there. So we're always looking for volunteers. You can go on our website to look at any urgent volunteer needs we have. We have that up in front. And our distribution sites are our biggest need.
And of course, we don't have a crystal ball, right? But what do you think the future holds? You foresee things getting worse with the need?
We don't know. I mean, we didn't know what was going to happen when COVID hit. We were preparing, and we had no idea it was going to go last as long as it did. We don't know what the future holds. We do know that we probably won't go back to pre-COVID times. Usually when people find us, they don't really let go of us until they know that they can do it on their own. So it usually takes years before we see any kind of drop off. At least when we had the recession, during the recession, we kind of compare it to that time. We didn't really see a drop off until probably like a good 5 to 7 years.
All right, Kim, thank you so much for your time, and thanks for all that you do as well for our community.
Thank you.
And we're asking you to help our neighbors in need as well this holiday season. To find out how to donate your time or money to help Bay Area families put food on the table this season, visit kpix.com/give.